What's going on, everyone? Happy Friday. What's Nicole texting me right when this starts? Oh, the Royals beat the Blue Jays 10. Well, they're beating the Blue Jays 10-1. There's still time for that to go poorly. But yeah, there we go. So, hello, everybody. We are going to work on my Rockabilly tonight. I say that. We'll see how far we get. It's always a thing. But
you should look at the text that
I did.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, 10-1. Listen, she must be on a delay. Have you seen my baseball? Go sports ball. So yes, anyway, Rockabilly tonight. If you've watched Tuesday streams on the Vanquish page, you may have seen some prior mention of the fact that F10 aluminum axles, straight axles, are coming. And they're in production. They're making their way through, but they're not released yet. However, I knew a guy, and now I have some that I can install. Don't tell anybody. So that's what I'm going to do tonight. And we're going to tinker and BS and have some fun. So that's what we got. Again, I hope you all have a good Friday. Had a good Friday. Call it what you want to call it. And yeah, you robbed a guy. Are we playing to win? Never quit. No days off. Hey, we got a new member, Mr. Canuck. Thank you for joining. We did a members pre-stream just before this, a little 30-minute pre-stream from 6 to 6:30. Good time. We talked some smack, and he found Karina's stash box. No fear, no limit. Salt life. Can we talk about this tie? The title is new axles. Nicole I always like, I traded some axles for it. It's a legitimate post. And we're in different situations these days compared to when I used to trade a lot more axles. Never cross the streets. This isn't Geoguessr. This isn't Geoguessr yet. Evening, all you degenerates. Hello, Mr. Kelly. They gave them to me. So it was free. I got this kit a long time ago and it was on sale. Yeah, exactly. All the hits, as they say. But there's my 7mm driver. So yeah, Blind Guy RC, thank you. Hey man, great weekend. Going to be trying my VRD Builders kit out this weekend. Testing in the house with awesome, great platform. House testing, always a favorite. You have to test in the house, or does it really work? If you don't have some marks around your baseboards, were you really serious about your RC car? You know, so. Carl Van Wagner building an H10 kit with rear steer along with it. Ooh, I love it. You know what? I do not currently have a 4-wheel steer optic. I need one. It's a great option, and I need to do that. That's a good one. What panel set are you putting on? I'd like to know. Their plans Josh dropped on the floor. Yeah. Bing. Uh-oh. Wife loves tire marks in the kitchen. I mean, couch crawling, also a fan favorite. When Nicole and I first started dating, I had a couch that I had had since, I had it since I'm hitting buttons on my keyboard, since I was in college. sketchy enough as that sounds. Wait, did I buy it out of college? No, I think I had it in college. Anyway, and it had an ottoman as well. And the ottoman was like the perfect height where that, like back in the day with the comp crawlers, you could get up to it and get the front tires to hook and then just really bite into the fake leather. That, yeah. What? That in your under? I don't even know what you mean. And you, oh, that couch, that ottoman, I crawled up so many times. It was like, it's like, do I have enough clearance? Do I have enough? Ooh, God, these knuckles are. The steering arm is not as tight as it should be. I was definitely losing some. We'll get back to that soon. Friday Night Live, odds on blood during the stream. Well, he's blood caused by the stream or not, because I cut my ear just before the stream and it was bleeding pretty decently. But I got to stop. So Adam Sparks, new member as well. Thank you very much. Make sure there's a lot of member videos to go catch up on. A lot of member videos. I think I yelled at John Holmes one time about tire marks on my chair. Yeah. Me and Holmes used to travel together quite a bit. So he would like drive from Columbia, Missouri, where he's based out of, and he would come to Kansas City the night before. He would stay at our house. And then from there, we would leave and go to wherever we were going, Denver, Utah, whatever it was. And we'd test cars and we're driving on the chairs, the couch, the ottoman. It was, it's ridiculous. Blood by wife or blood by hobby. Yeah. So, you know, that's Nicole, you coming to PLBTF? She'll be there for sure. Can you reveal what the F10s will retail for? Nope. $1,000 per side. 2 sides per axle. That's $6,000 for 6 times the fun. Best axle for optic 4-wheel steer, H10 axle. You can just buy the axle kit and then just put it in the rear. That's the way that I would suggest. Just buy a front axle kit, drop it in. You'll have to adjust some link geometry a little bit on the rear uppers, but that's about it. Thoughts on the new Red Cat? I like that they came into the 6 scale market with a different approach. Some people, if you don't want super performance oriented, it's not going to be for you. It comes with a brushless Fusion 8, like an OEM type version of a brushless Fusion 8. Like, that's killer. I think they did a good job. I got a pretty interesting email about the whole situation from Red Cat, kind of explaining some stuff, and which gave me, it was really interesting. So, yeah. Garage, well, hey, build a 3D print design LCG beams truck. Was wondering what would be a good transmission to get more speed, then get a new overdrive gear in the rear. I mean, honestly, most transmission, like if you have a standard 3-gear style transmission, old axial 3-gear style, whatever it is, you can adjust the spur and pinion gear to make that. The internal ratio of a standard 3-gear is about 2.5 to 1. And then you can adjust that spur and pinion to get you pretty reasonable. If you have a 2.5 to 1, and then you have a standard, say you're using an AR44 rear axle with a 375 to 1 ratio, so 3.75 times 2.5, that gives you a 9.3 to 1 ratio. Then you're just talking spur and pinion, which you could probably get down to like a 3-to-1 pretty easy. That's a 28-to-1 ratio. You got that with a decently fast motor. I wouldn't even adjust your gear ratio in the axle. I would stay with a standard gear ratio. Run a decently fast motor, that'll be plenty. If you lower the gear ratio in the axle too much, you're going to invoke a bunch more torque twist. You're going to rely a lot more on a sway bar. I would just run it like that. Just spur and pinion, get a good motor, send it. So yeah, Carl Van Wagner. I have a gray spare cage with black ABS glass fiber Terrablug panels. That glass, doesn't that glass fiber ABS print so nice and looks so freaking good? I love that filament so much. That's what everything on, I don't have the other Rockabilly in here, but everything on the interior of my other Rockabilly is all ABS GF. So good. I thought he glitched. Recently built the Phoenix portal kit and that overdrive in the VFD twin. It's legit. Works. It is nice to be able to switch between them. Yeah. So yeah, I'm running. Oh, that's probably the transmission you're running. There you go. Good deal. So yeah, Asian Optic truly is my favorite RC of all time. It's like buggies, like 1.9 buggy. The H10 is that buggy style like that I always wanted in an off-the-shelf car. I always loved the Wraith and the Bomber. The Wraith 1.9 was like you go back in videos, like I had said over and over how much that was like one of my favorite cars. But the problem with like the 1.9 Wraith is that you had to replace everything. Oh no. I have black third members in this. I grabbed clear axles. Oh, I don't want black third members on clear axles. I don't have third members here. Dang it. How did I not know that until right now? I'm quite bummed at that. Panda. I know. Oh. Will a Hertz dig bolt up to the transit and optic? Absolutely. Drops right on. And then the servo mount is the rear ESC tray area. You clip out the center part. You can see the clip out tabs that were designed in there. And then that rear tray holds servos right back there. Super easy. Just an idea. Just like sealing axles. Live stream card right back to the office. Also a twin with CAC front create. Oh my God. CAC is Colorado Adventure Club. But for me, since I've been in freaking this area of RC for so long, CAC always used to be referred to as Create a Crawler. It was a brand that used to make wheels back in the day that had some pretty like different style of construction of wheels and everything. So it was always pretty cool. RPP, like Gearhead, I think like bought them or whatever. And like continued that name on, but CAC to me is still Create a Crawler. Like that's still what I hear. Third members are easy to replace later, but are they? Because they're not, because you have to take the shafts and everything. It's like to replace a third member, you're rebuilding the entire axle again, because you have to take everything apart to do it. Like, God damn it. I've been called a third member before. You can steal the. Oh. I'm so mad about this right now. I guess I can still do it just for. I'm so mad. The smile is me smiling through the pain. I'm very unhappy about it. maybe I'll do it and I won't put all the steering and everything back on just because I'm down for a back to the office stream. No, I'm not letting you all ride through my neighborhood with me and then through all the hood shit in Sacramento. It's triggering my OCD. Absolutely mine too. I fully agree. Steal them from another rig. No. I'm not taking apart a whole ass other rig to steal that and then never put that rig back together either. It do be hood over there sometimes, especially right now. Sun's going down, like everything kind of starts like vibrating around the office. It's like, like just saying, like, oh, God, I'm so mad about this. This is such horse shit. Turn up the torque. Oh, why are you doing that? What in the shit? Seized an upper link ball onto the onto the screw, I think. Wonder if I got a little extra Loctite happy on that one. Vibration is just the train. Just fire out the fake air. Yeah. Oh. Pain in the balls. Do I need to take that one off? I don't, technically. I technically do. Just gonna use this to rotate. Paint them orange and continue on. I did a really good job with Loctite. Glad to see it. It's one of the things, like you're going traveling somewhere for a competition, like you go ahead and use some Loctite. Go ahead and make sure that nothing's coming off so that you don't end up with a really bad day. Do I have to remove that? I think I do. Yeah, you really do have to take everything apart to get to that. There we go. Put all those screws over there. Not going to be using those again. I'd go ahead and not plan on reinstalling all of this. Just so I have to take it off again. And I'm posting like Sunday with Ely on the crew to run optics and SCX6 stuff. I will not be. I've got so much to try and get done this weekend. So that we've got so many events coming up. Have you know, lots of grease. Enough grease is what I mean to say. Plenty of grease. Buttery, so nice and smooth. After you've run them for a little bit, everything just spins so perfectly. Oh, it's so nice. How do you decide if you want clear black axles on your rig? I generally always want clear, but I did black third members on this because I was running regular black plastic housings, and I generally like them to match. And since at the time I built this, there was not clear aluminum housings, I did that, which obviously I don't remember that, but I know exactly why I did that now that we're here. So I saw you out there flying last Sunday. Didn't want to interrupt though. We were crawling by the boat launch. Oh, nice. That's yeah, we had a blast. I got a little bit of a sunburn. It's okay, but not too bad. Just put some leftover 90 mm Phoenix portal kit till the 80 mm ones get delivered. Seems to work. Absolutely, it'll work fine. The only reason that the 80s are used is just to keep the ride height down, since the portals raise it up a little bit. So trying to keep a similar ride height with or without portals. Like them low, like them real low. My OCD says dark color, clear axles, light color, black axles. So mine, I usually select them in slightly different way. Or for me, I'm usually saying if I'm running aluminum axles, then I want that to be visually easily identified. Those are aluminum axles. I want it to be easy to see in photos and video, things like that. So if I'm running aluminum axles, it's almost always clear. Because if you decide to run aluminum, you got to let them know. You got to let everybody know. That's my thought. That's my rationale behind all that. So yeah. Shit. Let's see. Trading some clear thirds for that RC drive. I still have your body, Tim. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. It hasn't gone anywhere. Literally. Feels wrong to put dirty thirds in an new axle housing. Dirty Thirds is a good band name. Reusing language, sir. I can't do that. I turn on the airbrush and I make everything the wrong color. Thoughts on running an aluminum front axle and using the stock front axle in the rear for rear steer? Absolutely. Totally reasonable. In that case, I would probably run black aluminum front. You know, dirty thirds or sloppy thirds. Well, these ain't sloppy, but they are dirty. Yeah, that's the difference. Dirty thirds is right after sloppy seconds. Is the Rift a good crawler or not? Or not? That would be a firm or not situation. I tell you what, I tried a number of things to try and like the Rift, and none of them worked. In the end, that was a car that I was just like, you know what? This is not one for me. I just could not find a situation where I could like it. Love the sound of metal axles on the rocks. I do too, especially if you're running with like a little bit of power. Internet is definitely dirty thirds. Yeah, no change there. Steel or Husqvarna? I, in my adult life, have been a Husqvarna man. I grew up with Husqvarna weed eaters and Steel chainsaws. So, that was always the that was the mix for me. Let's give this a little bit of a brush off. Definitely going to be the cleanest part of this build anyway right now, because she's been used. Thanks, that saved me 600 euros. Unfollow. VFD twin and optic, lock it in OD or make it selectable, mainly rocks, not trailing. Mainly rock. I mean, for me, if I was in that situation, I would just run a standard VFD then and put a dig on it. Like rather than change the transmission, because the standard VFD is going to have wider, fatter gears. Now you can get a lot more overdrive out of the VFD twin though. So I get the possibility there, but I would just say that, like, for me in that situation, I would just run standard VFD. I'd throw a 21% overdrive kit in that, super strong, then wide, fat gears, throw the dig on, your set. Yeah. As this week's WRC North reunited your comp car. I mean, I always like comp cars. It's like my roots, right? But like, no, like buggies for the win. And then after that, like the scale type comp trucks, still my preference. You know, I do want to get my robots, my sporty and my MOA built, but yeah, you know, still where I'm at. That's why it's like out of my huge list of priority things, still has not made it up there. So pretty. So pretty. Feels so, oh, dropping a shim. Back on there. Okay. Make sure we re-Loctite everything as much as you can. Wheel bearing done? Those axles installed yet? Listen, I'm doing a lot of talking. Let's not talk about efficiency levels of things, because if we're doing that, this is not the scenario where I'm trying to compare. Yeah. What are your rigs you recommend as a backpack rig without too many parts that will fall off transporting it? I mean, you know, like I said, it's all going to be preference, of course. You know, it's like what you want to look at and what you think is going to fit your style. But like for me, like the other day when we did some trailing, you know, I'm taking an optic. I like that the longer wheelbase, the little bit more width, super durable cage. And if you're talking about a backpack rig, it's nice to not have like since the optic is like a rigid cage with body panels, like when you strap onto it, it's not like a Lexan body moving around or anything like that. Similar to like the Rift that you were talking about. So that's one of those things. Yeah. Dude, 35 minutes is pretty fast for home wheelbase. Oh, you're at home even. Lots of following. Was the wheel already off? Was the car already on jack stands? I don't know. I don't know that I can trust you anyway. Any word on Oak Dotton's reopening? I have not heard anything. when I was there last weekend, of course, I just noticed that, as we all know, the dam was still blocked off. Let's see how the fit of our upper rod end is. Oh, it's still good. I didn't know if I had stretched it or not, but no, rod end's still in great shape. Nice snap. Are aluminum axles more robust than plastic ones? You know what? They are, by quite a bit. Quite a bit. I will say that, like, when I was in Utah with this truck for that competition, we were there for RC Rock. This is the right. That is not the right one. We were there for RC Rock. Since it was a competition, I was pushing the car pretty hard at times. And there was a couple of points where I was real concerned about how hard I was wedging the front end into a crack and trying to kind of power through it to get the front end to pop up without taking a reverse. And I was I was real worried about snapping a C-hub. On the plastic. So that is why, like, that's my number one, like, biggest point of why I'm super stoked to have the aluminum, is for like situations like that where now I can just absolutely drive this thing with reckless abandonment and know that the axle housing is not going to be my concern whatsoever. All right. Oh, and I have to line up the shock with this as well. Put that in there. Metal axles on my Origin. Get hung up on everything out here in Colorado. They were perfect. I mean, I drove a lot in like Kansas City as well with aluminum axles all the time. I think that it's end up kind of like how you drive as well, right? When we would drive out in Kansas City and just hammer through shit, like, we were really pushing rigs hard back then as well. PT shock pliers would help that. Jack stand. You're doing it right on the jack. Of course. Of course. That's in there. That's in here. Get it lined up. Whoop. Make sure. Ugh. So much grime on this car. What is the first wink point on that? Metal axles, machine gears, steel cage. What breaks? I mean, ideally, you stall a motor before anything breaks. That's ideal for me. Like, people talk about weak points and things like that, but like in a competition truck, I don't want a weak point. I rarely ever snap an axle shaft. One of the things that you can do is you can snap a hex pin, because you really don't have anything different. The little 2mm by 10mm long pin that goes through the hexes, you can snap those. So it's one of those things. Spur gear, you could shear a spur. I don't usually run fast enough to chunk a spur, but that is definitely possible. But are these the, oh, the other one's in it. Like, what's the other screw? Driver is my weak point. That's my secret. I make the whole thing a weak point. I haven't dealt with like a breakage in a pretty long time. I just don't run into them very often. Now, this screw is way too long. Right? Yeah, this screw is way too long. This is not the right screw for this. No, and then everything still spins like butter. I guess it's not. Plenty of thread engagement. We're good. What was the last break that ended the day? That's a great question. I don't like it at all. The last break that ended the day. If I remember. Oh, I do remember. It was a couple of years ago though, because and I was testing a drive shaft, a plastic drive shaft, like the Vanquish plastic drive shaft. It was a slight change or revision or whatever it was. Or it might have even been no, it was like a slight change or revision. Anyway, and I bound up down. It was for a comp day, and I put it down in a hole, and it was going, and I just sounded like just bah, and I was like, ah, shit, I blew up a portal gear. And then I was just like, oh, it wasn't, but it turned out to be a drive shaft. But I do actually remember someone said probably a Furatech motor. That actually is true because it was on my 124 scale, and I spun the pinion off my Furatech motors 2 times. Those both ended my days. So it was 24 scale. Who'd have guessed it? Josh, you gonna do the We Rock comp at PLBTF? I hope so. I kind of forgot. So I will try and remember that. Salt and pepper axles. Break of one side of the front axle, then broke the opposite side of the rear axle. That's tough to do. Going hard on the 24 scale side. Snap the link at the comps at that same comp. That was a good one. This lot. Oh, that's right. Because I remember I finished the course with that broken link, but I was able to fix it quickly and then got out of there. I just moved to the Folsom Lake area. Are there many or any comps nearby? So we probably will have a winter comp series again. Sacramento area cone dodgers. We didn't do last year because the guy who helps us kind of do and organize a lot of that stuff. His name Dean Chino, as a lot of people know him around here. Well, there's a Chino in the Bay Area and a Chino here. Anyway, he was having some health issues, and we didn't do last year, but hopefully that's over now, and we're good. And so this winter, look forward to it. Black guys would look worse. I would agree that would look worse. I've only had electronic grounds lately because, oh man. So Phoenix just reminded me of it. So you guys have probably heard of that Squire or Secure or however you want to call it. Anyway, they reached out the other day and they're like, hey, would you like to try out this ESC? And I was just like, I guess maybe I can find a use for it. So they like, sure, send it. I should have looked at it closer, right? And after the box was being delivered by this company, GoFo Express, should have been the absolute first red flag. I got the first delivery attempt, couldn't work, said, incomplete address, like whatever. Call, check the address, 100% complete, 0 changes. Like, okay, allow 3 business days for us to get it delivered again. I'm like, whatever. I don't have a use for it right away. I don't need it. So get that. Then 3 or 4 days later, well, it was a weekend, so plus the weekend, 5 days later, another thing pops up. The business closed. Like, yeah, you're delivering at fucking 8:00 at night. So call again, like, okay, what's business hours? I'm like, regular business hours, 8 to 5. Like, okay. So then 3 more days, business days. This week, this box shows up. Now, this is what shows up. This is not exactly the ESC that I was planning on. This is a 5 to 14S 200 amp ESC. So I'm like, I guess like it's an AM32 Wi-Fi controllable. I'm like, I guess I'm gonna make a freaking Power Wheels go 100 miles an hour now. Like what the shit am I gonna do with this? I'm just alrighty then. Yeah. So golf cart ESC, Power Wheels. Yeah. That's a lot of S's. Oh shit. That's for the 24 scale, right? Yeah. I mean, this is a 7,600 milliamp 4S pack. And like, the same. Ah, God. And so, yeah. Trike, yeah. Jesus. 6 times the S's. But then the cleanest cup. Just rip the wings right off of it. Oh my God. Convert your new trike. No. You know how much a battery would cost for that? Yeah. Kids in my neighborhood power slide for days with their souped up Power Wheels. It looks like a street takeover. A big jet boat. Yeah, no shit. What? Thinking about building that yodeling rig, right? Will it arc weld? So yeah. I mean the it's got 8 gauge power. Sorry, does it? Yeah, 8 gauge power leads. Like the first amplifier I had in my vehicle used 8 gauge power leads. So yeah. Like I don't know what the hell I'm gonna do with that, but WPL key truck upgrades. Barely fit. Stupid ass thing. Get in there. There it is. In there. Bring the TRX6 speed truck back. That thing was not short on power. That thing was short on the ability to make that truck go any faster. Yeah. So anyway, just as a reminder, after Phoenix's comment, that's what that reminded me of. I'll leave that in here for mail call next week. Just put it something so you can race Jim's TRX. I think I can race him with the Corvette. I'll be fine with that. I'm really going to get this axle finished up and put in. Once I get this link finished, squared and put in there. Okay. Was the sneak peek of a failed? Was that a sneak peek of a failed TOF? What? Oh, the WPL with all the parts in the back. The TRX 4000. What ESC did I put in that? I don't even remember. Put a big ass motor, and I think like a Mamba X. Yeah. No. That truck hurt enough the first time. Yeah. Oh God. I remember when I hit my foot. That stung a bit. For sure. There's the screw. What am I doing here? I am going to finally get this put in there. Lined up. Dropping frames. Of course we are. Of course we are. Just think. She is whatever to track. Oh, this actually, what my first thought, Grayson case, was that I was going to put it in the Techno. That was exactly my thought until it showed up and I realized that I'm like, I can't fit this in there at all. Not unless I like put it up in the cab. Like I would have to build a tray. Like I have the Max 8 in there now and it's tight. This is the most like I have a Limitless that doesn't have an ESC in it. Well, actually, I have the Castle XLX2, but I don't think it's like mounted. So I could put it in there. But I think that the XLX2 is like a 400 amp ESC. I don't know. Somebody would have to look that up. I'm just like, God damn it. And that ESC on the next budget bill. You have to use this thing. I feel like I'm watching TV. I don't want to hear it, Cody. I mean, Novak. Jesus. Let's go full S kill. Yeah. Like you have to use 14S somehow. 14. Whatever the tiny helicopters called, or tiny quads. Micro whoops. Mini whoops. What were they called? Something whoop. Build trailer for that ESC batteries. Not even talking to you. Not even talking. I'm back to full. It was mini whoop. Okay, couldn't remember. Yep. I still have a few Novak ESCs. I don't think that I own any Novak ESCs anymore. I think that I should probably just fly normally for a while before I even think about any of that. Ah, gunk fell everywhere. You could do the cross collab and break some crap. I don't think I can yell enough for that. Bearings need cleaned up a little bit. I still have a Futaba MC210 CB ESC. Yeah, I don't know what that is at all. I have the blue case Tekin Sport ESC. I don't remember that either. Oh, I wasn't going to put those. I guess I'll finish the rest of that later then. Time for a turbine jet now. I can tell you that I'm humble enough to admit that I flew that plane for seconds at a time without all of the like nannies that system has, and I immediately got myself into trouble and was using like the save me button and shit like that. So I'm not too proud to say that I am by no means ready to be a on my own pilot with something spicy. What are you working on tonight? Absolutely, just being scatterbrained, installing some axles underneath of my Rockabilly. Some F10 aluminum axles that will be coming out before long. How's that little air-cooled motor model doing? Will it fit in an optic? I built it. I tried to run it. I made magic smoke come out of the starter. And I've never done anything else with it. Will I ever do anything else with it? I don't know. Was it fun to build? Yes. Did I ever think I was going to use it for anything? Absolutely not. Will it fit in an optic? I don't know that it would barely fit on top of an optic. So yeah. Could you imagine if these actually made? He does make RC content. He goes, there's several RC only videos. I try better than I fly. If you actually comment on my driving, so yeah. Yeah. You know what? Some of us have our strong points. What did those 4 screws come out of? Oh, that's right. Those knuckles that I was using don't use regular AR-44 style kingpins. That's what they're for. Okay. That had me worried for a while. First time I took my turbo timber out, the control rod for the tail rudder came loose, and it didn't end well mid-flight. Yeah, I can. I think that Gunner brought out a turbo timber. I think that's what he was using too. Plain rock crawler, yeah. If there's no extra parts, it wasn't done right. Fully agree. Fewer screws equals efficiency. Don't forget the Loctite. God damn it. So Tuesday release. Or should I mean, be there Tuesday to find out. Just be there Tuesday. Should I be waiting on the new Make Care machine? So I'm not going to say too much, but if you look at Makera's social media, they posted a photo of it yesterday, maybe, and like a week before that, while they were at, I won't say too much, but so they posted this, and then they posted in the background of this video. So hold on, I'm gonna forward. It's gonna restart in a few seconds. On the backdrop of this, see back there on the wall. Anyway, if you can't tell, you can see it in a couple of other spots, but it is a little smaller. So if you could deal with a smaller one, it's probably gonna tell you. If you could deal with a smaller one, any pretty good deal. I'll have too much exposure. You're too exposed, Cody. That's just kind of a big deal right here. I've seen their social. How are the cats doing? Fantastic. Chief is a pain in the ass. Suki is, special in her own way. So yeah. They talked about Toyo tires on Tuesday's Anchorage live stream. Who's asking about Toyo tire? Speaking of social media, Toyo, yes. So we did. So Toyo posted the photo on their own. We did reshare it, knowing that we were showing the tires. So you will see Toyos. Looking forward to that. Some fun stuff. Get out of there. We are going to elect to not reuse these knuckles. Fine. So, Josh, what's your favorite buggy on the rocks? The Jimmy's or the Rocket? Four-wheel steer is really hard to beat at times. It's a lot of fun. But unless I'm competing, I'm not driving four-wheel steer usually. Because I feel like if I'm driving four-wheel steer, I need to be with other people that are doing four-wheel steer things. That's the thing. So, yeah. Man, bearings are in there. Let's see if I can really crank it. What was enamel pin? What was enamel pin number 3? It's the only one I missed. It has not gone up yet. There's still that one left. I guess I'm going to have to punch it out from the inside. Jeez. There it went, finally. One was in there, but not blaming the deluxe knuckles because I did have to flex seal these. So, but I did do my best job at trying to keep the flex seal out of the bearing pocket. I used silicone earplugs. So No blood yet. You're right. Yet. And don't count on it. I'm very careful. We are gonna replace these though. The Ackerman on those, not my favorite. Damn it. And I keep dropping the goddamn brass bushings. Might have to wait to see what that new machine is. Probably don't want smaller unless it's is as good for a really good deal. Maybe wait. Maybe wait. I would say wait not very long. You'll actually find out very soon. Mine was supposed to be here weeks ago, and it's finally shipping like today. Where's my 1.5? How do I always lose my 1.5 driver? Sorry, folks. Josh is delusional. He's not careful at all. I am absolutely careful. I'm just so busy that there's such a high likelihood of something finally happening to me and causing me great harm. Tiny hammer. This isn't the tiny hammer, though. This is a substitute. This is the tiny hammer. This is the all-time best tiny hammer. I've had it for a very, very long time, and I felt dirty using the wrong one. That was the fun. I don't know that was like totally my fault. That was good. I think that was defective equipment. I think there's a chance that I wasn't as careful as I thought with my plastic dip, though. These bearings, dude, actually, this is a fat front bearing. I don't think I need to take that one out even. But I do think I need to get it out to, there we go, get the back one out better. Or I could just replace all the bearings. I do have another bearing puller, though, for bigger sizes. Let's see. Gonna replace the shield outer pinion bearings that came on my H10. What's that say? Let's see. What bearing puller is that? These bearing pullers are actually from Integy. And there's not often that I've found things from Integy that I thought were worth buying. But these two bearing pullers are absolutely worth buying. So you have to buy two of them because this one is 5 and 6 millimeter, and this one is 8, 10, and 12 millimeter for the ID. So that handles most bearings that we deal with. And unless you have just like a really stuck bearing, these things actually work pretty well. But yeah, anyway, these knuckles did their job for me when I needed them, but I am gonna go with something different on that side of things because I think that's I'll be a little bit happier with a different design on that. So anyway, we'll get to that design. We'll get to those soon enough. I moved my box of paper towels the other day. I was just like, you know what? The better spot for them is on this side because it's kind of tucked in this useless area. And now I can never remember where I put them. What is the Rockabilly M8 car wash? What is the Rockabilly and make car was? Can you explain what you mean further? Kind of surprised you're not soaking the thirds in some Drano to get the butt. No, I absolutely would not do that either, because then they would have been a different sheen as well. If I was going to go through any level of effort that far, I would just go get new third members. So, mate, aka. Oh wait, what is the Rockabilly? Oh, just what is the Rockabilly? Okay, that makes more sense. Totally, very reasonable question. The Rockabilly is based off of a full-size off-road buggy that was named the Rockabilly, built by a guy named Johnny Roca, the Johnny Roca on Instagram. And let's see. So that is the real one. That's a full-size car, not an RC car. And it has a pointy hood on it. I did not end up liking the pointy hood version, so I made a not pointy hood for it. His is a rear steer buggy, but that is that. Let me see if I can find you just a stationary photo that's a good one. Some of the early versions of it, of his design. This is when he was making the hood. So anyway, it's made to look like that one. So, oops. What would Josh's ultimate trail spec VFD consist of, i.e. not a comp truck? I mean, it doesn't differ that far from my comp truck spec, but I would run, it kind of depends. Like, I love trail riding one of these. You know, I built one of these as a trail buggy, and it was pretty much the same inside. But if I was going with something that didn't use a stubby, I'd probably still use the lightweight machine motor plate. I would use the standard machined gears for the transmission, standard front gears, and then I would run a 21% overdrive gear set in the T case, just because I still think that that's about a perfect amount of overdrive. And I would run a VFD Hertz dig on it. That would be what I would do. Thank you, Daniel Hartman. People love you, Josh. Thank you very much. How's your display rack going? So the video I posted last night was pretty much the progress so far. I finished welding that up, all three of those things. I fully welded them. I got done about 11 or 11:30 last night. Tomorrow, I'd mentioned earlier, I'm going to go to Home Depot and look at what, or Lowe's, and figure out what French cleat setup they have, so that I can see about retrofitting or building my own version of it onto it using some off-the-shelf stuff. I've already gone through and determined the spacing of my studs across this back wall, because it's not just regular 16 on center.
So sorry, but did you see that?
What?
The score.
No. Did they have time to blow it? Hold, please.
No, but we have time.
Nicole sent me another 20-1. That's a lot for a baseball game. Yeah. So, yeah. What the hell was I talking about earlier? Before she barged in? I don't remember. Oh yeah, we're talking about transmission. I think I got through all that. But minus the dig plus the alloy. Oh, Yes, alley standoffs. 100% right. Get the dig, though. It's so nice to have dig. Wall studs. That's what we're... God, you guys are good. Thank you. I know the spacing and location of my wall studs. I have it in my CAD model because they're not just 16 on center. It goes 16 on center, and then it changes right in here on this side. But for a couple of good reasons. On the other side of that wall is a shower. And that is like my only concern on this whole thing is that I'm going to try and lag bolt into this stud with plumbing on the other side. Oh. Yikes. Yikes. French sticklers. Well, good time to join. Good timing, sir. Oh my goodness. And so shut the water off first and open the valves. But don't I want to know if I hit it? I'm kind of nervous. I feel like I know where they're at. I'm just like, I don't know. Yikes. Yeah. Thanks, guys. You're making me feel a lot better about it. But if I do the French cleat across the top, I should miss all of the plumbing at that point because I can determine where the shower head is and feel 100% confident that there's no way that there could be water line above that, right? We're not hitting anything. Don't jinx it. Is that what they call bread spray? Oh, hard no. If not, it seems like there's a camera for that under 100. You know what? I have a camera at work too. I should have grabbed that. No. Thermal. Like, do I want to go all the way to work for a camera? I've got one of the scope cameras. Like, do I want to go all the way to work for that? Seems overkill. A couple exploratory drilling holes. It'll be fine. Run the hot water and check the wall temps with your heat gun. Interesting. Yeah, third members. It's water damage. Listen, if we go the French cleat method, we're safe all around. None of this is happening. Listen, the fact that I've identified the possibilities already makes everything that I'm going to do a safe process. It's going to go smoothly and easily, especially if we go French cleat. Like, no concern at all at that point. Like, it's a nothing burger. Nothing. It's 100, 0% of 0%. So yeah, anyway. Down from the ceiling. I've hit one. I like those. You take those odds, I'd take those odds. Damn good odds. Damn good deal. You take that deal, I'd take that deal. Damn good deal. Anybody remember what movie that is? What do you mean when you do whatever it is? I'm doing that tomorrow. This is a tomorrow project. In the morning. Oh, goodness. Yeah, you guys are on freaking top of it. It is going to be right next to my sim rig. Just, you know. Good movie. Great movie. Okay, we have a rear axle, dude. I definitely don't have the right screws in here. Well, good channel while it lasted. Good luck tomorrow. Don't even think about it, Jay Walker. This is going to go smooth. Tell you what. All goes well. There'll be a member video tomorrow with me gloating, not explaining how I made an implosion in my garage. You just wait. Through this broken glass. Plus, I still have all my fingers at full length. I love the clarification at full length, because that's somebody who knows that they have some friends or things like that that have all their fingers technically, but it's not 100% all there. Like my dad still has all his fingers, but if you like add it up by percentage, he's at like 90%. Maybe like 92 even, but you know. So we got to take off the caps. We do need to use some new hardware on these caps. Thinking of building my optic kit with a twin and portals from the Phoenix kit. Any major changes to make? Asking for a friend. So if you plan to use the portals from a Phoenix kit, you either have to decide if you're going to use the, you have to decide if you're going to convert it to a chassis mounted servo, or if you're going to put the servo on the axle of the F10, because it uses a different servo mount than the H10 does. So you will need a different servo mount if you plan to go servo on axle. If you don't plan to go servo on axle, you'll need the chassis mounted servo kit that you can get. Hey, that rhymed. So that's what to consider for those. Where is my little third member, or my oil fill pack plug tool? I always save one. Oh, there it is. It was under stuff. So, just home from work. What is he building? We're working on the Rockabilly, and I'm swapping in some axles. I'm like 90%, 5% of my fingers, 89% of my toes. See, 89% is a scary number to hear, because that means for sure that, well, I mean, at least, I guess it only means that at least two are done, but that could be, you could be three. That one's wild. All right, we're not keeping stock housings. We're throwing those away. How's your dad's paramotor flying going? I don't know, which is good. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to have to hear anything about it. I just want to, I don't want to know. He can show me a video every once in a while. That's perfectly fine and awesome. But I don't want to know about any of the trials and tribulations that went along with any of it. That's all. It's a long story. But was it the same incident? So I have five extra screw and a wrist that needs re-gluing. Yeah, those are bad days. Let me guess. Motorcycle accident. I'm at 65% of my toes. My workplace accident back in 1997. No freaking way. Steel toes? Was it steel toes? Did they? Dr. Buck, the mustache legend dandy. Worthy, how's your mom, dude? God damn it, Buck. You're a son of a bitch. No, that's all good. Memories. God. Do the flying each landing. Yeah, thank you. Swear to God. Oh, I should put some Loctite. Loctite first. Had to pause for dinner. Kid brought home burgers, fries, tots, and a shake. What's everyone's? Ooh, milkshake, chocolate milkshake. Straight chocolate milkshake. Ooh, or actually a mint shake, probably my favorite. Then chocolate. Are those sites on the VP? Are those axles on the VP site, Josh? No. Not yet. Not yet. Cheating a little bit. Doing this so that we can make some new content for the release. Peanut butter milkshake. I like peanut butter, but not enough for a whole milkshake. Ooh, Nicole, if you're still watching, you should get milkshakes. No, don't do that. Don't do that if you're still watching. Mint. What the? Oh, I love mint. Like just like straight toothpaste green mint milkshake. It's pretty good. Nope. Foot pulled into a machine while I was working on it. Plant manager didn't check this. Oh, before starting it, left foot, all my big. Oh my God. That's wild. What kind of machine? I'm still curious now. I must know. Mint should only be for toothpaste and gum. Like that. Funny enough, I can mint in ice cream, one of my favorite things. Mint in any drink. I've told this story before, but like it's immediately like turns my stomach a little bit because of like the thing that so many of us have done before, grabbing a previously used container that somebody was using as a spitter. It's such a traumatizing story. I can't even thinking about it to this day. And this would have happened in 2004. Still don't think I've ever told the story to anybody. Makes me just want to gag. No mojito, Josh? No mojito for me, please. But you know what's it's the worst thing is just like a hint of mint to me. Like like somebody spit their gum into your drink. Let's let that story go. Let's let that story die forever. I know that feeling. So many of us know that feeling. Race case. Not to go back to RC talk. Optic four-wheel steer mullet with dig. Ooh. The back of the cage chassis will need some modifications, but I think it will work well. Let's see. Yeah, sure. I mean, are you going to run a behind the axle steering, or are you going to run servo on top? Behind the axle, I feel like you should be able to do it without, other than like a little bit of clearancing to the fuel cell. Mint Oreos, mint M&Ms, mint vanilla ice cream, all amazing. 1,000%. 1,000% agree with you. Best opinion of the night. Mint and M&Ms, absolute. Mint and Oreos is a no-brainer. So good. Let's not talk about what Mountain Dew looks like. It's like, oh. So I can't. The problem with mine was that I think that it only been used like once or it's like, and it was a Dr. Pepper. I took a drink. I was like, that tastes fucking weird. This little minty taste. I was like, that's fucking weird. And I took a drink a few minutes later. I was just like, that's fucking weird. So I did it fucking twice. Then realize maybe at least twice, maybe more. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it. First time I ever told anybody that story. Corey Ainsworth. He was the installer at InPhase back then. InPhase Car Audio, where I worked in Omaha, where it all happened. The scene of the crime. Devastating afternoon. Line up. Oh, wait. Is this threaded? I bet it's threaded, isn't it? I can't remember. I think we did thread it. Yeah, we did. I didn't remember that. Doesn't have to use it. F10 portal with BTA, 90 mil shocks mounted the lower links, slight mod to the fuel cell and axle hits the lower part of the cage. Oh, I see what you mean. Just because of the shock travel and compression. That makes sense. But maybe you don't have to worry so much about full compression, just since that's so much more rare than just the regular travel that you would get. As long as it doesn't hit during like regular side-to-side articulation, full compression's kind of a wedge that upper link in. There we go. I forgot to add Loctite. Got it. Still on the top. Shut it. dropping axle shafts all over the place. It's like won't put in knuckles because I refuse to show you guys. Shocks mounted to the links. Don't forget, because I will forget. What are the top 1.9 phones everyone is using? 3D printed anti-foams. I have not been a fan of 3D printed foams. I do not like them. I've tried them. Like I've tried so many different people's that are like, you should try mine. I try them. I don't like them. However, the ones that I did try lately and did really like were from Black Diamond Scalers, which is Clint. He's out of the Reno area. And his are an inner portion only. It's not a full, so it still uses the outer part of the foam, but you basically just use like the stock foam that comes in the tire and put that in there. And then you use this inner portion that he 3D prints. So it gives you, and it's nice and tall. So it still gives you a good amount of sidewall support. It's just like the inner stage of a 2-stage, but it's got like the right amount of give, the right amount of support. Overall, hands down, my favorite set of a 3D printed setup that I've run, like no contest. And overall, even like I would say that they've worked as good as a lot of the 2-stage foams that I've run. So absolutely a fan of those. I would run those again in a heartbeat. So I'm either running standard 2-stage foams with a nice closed cell inner and then an open cell outer, or I'll probably run more of those, that hybrid printed foam / standard foam combo like Black Diamond makes. So I also prefer the hybrid memory foam with TPU. Yeah, I guess I was running a memory foam, which I don't typically like memory foam, but I guess in that situation, maybe it's part of it that I did like, because I used the stock. It was on a set of crawlers, and I was using the stock crawler foam. So, yeah. Okay, let's take that apart. Screaming outside, dog got another rabbit. It's now paralyzed on the deck. Jesus Christ. You get for talking shit earlier. Go clean up your rabbit. Joshua, the stock electronics hold up on my optic with stainless steel wheel weights, brass rings, and aluminum housings. Yeah, they should hold up fine. I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, it's like, I wouldn't say they're going to burn up any faster than a normal, brush motor, really. I think you'll be fine. I run the ones that have the water from the last event in them. It works great. I'm afraid to open them up. Oh my God, I've been there as well. Ugh, that swamp smell and shit pull out of a set of tires, like, oh. But you get to a point where you have to, because the water has degraded the foam so far that they just disintegrate to nothing. A long time ago, I had traveled to an event in Georgia. Yeah. What was that called? At the Ocoee Whitewater Center. And I think that might have been, it was technically Tennessee. I flew into Georgia and it was technically in Tennessee. And we comped this was like MOA crawling days. Went through some water, blah, blah, blah. Event was fine. Got done. I think I was running Proline Chisel tires back then, and got home after traveling back, flew in, put my rig away. Well, I didn't. My rig was in my carry-on bag. Basically got home and just left it in my carry-on bag for like a while, like 2-3 weeks. And let me tell you that I threw away that carry-on bag because that smell would get on anything. Youngest child. Wait, you guys run phones? You guys are getting paid? The Rockabilly is really cool. It's my first straight axle crawler and love how stable it is. Holy crap, Brandon. I didn't know that all of your crawlers before that were all portal. That's wild. But yeah, I see how it happens these days. Like, I can see that easily happening. That's cool. It looked good too. I saw the photos you had posted today in the group, and man, it looked fantastic. Carbon work everywhere turned out great. I'm surprised they didn't come out of the bag on their own. Yeah. I was tired when I got home. I didn't feel like unpacking it. And then I definitely didn't even think about the water in the tires. That was before, like, it probably was the next year when they moved the event from the Ocoee Whitewater Center to Cherokee Rock Village in Alabama. And I still flew into Atlanta and then drove up there. But we had water again or whatever it was. And going through TSA, they like took the car out. You know, I was getting a search. They took the car out, and one of the TSA people squeezed my tire, and water came out of it. And oh my God, what I thought I was gonna get searched. Check all the possibilities. You can't bring liquid. How much liquid? I'm like, it's water. I don't know how much is in there. Squeeze it. I don't fucking know. Testing it for a dangerous substance, see if it was explosive. Super mad at me. So from any event from that day on, if I went through water in an event, took my tires apart in the hotel, and would put them in the bathtub, and I'd wash them out first to get all the shit out of them, and then I'd dry them with the hotel blow dryer. So that's done. Why do I still have parts left? These must be front axle ones. It's fine. Trash. Axial CJ7 with the VFD trans swap. Will the Hertz dig fit in the CJ? Ooh, I don't know that. It's a good question. I don't know. I feel like it shouldn't be any reason that it wouldn't, but I never checked. Where's my other axle shaft? There it is. Where's my other hex? There's one hex. There it is. Sweet. Last words. There's parts left over. They're fine. Put that in here. We're not going to need most of this stuff anyway. Changing it up. All the rest of those parts, don't worry about those things. Good to go. God damn it. Just keep yeeting that in axle shaft. So, do you ever get tired of seeing the question in the groups, why does my VFD click? Shouldn't the top shaft switch? You know, it's one of those things like, I don't, but I also wish that it was the same answer or a consistent answer. I've had the click before, and I've been able to fix it. And then I've had a click before in trans and went and did the same fix and it didn't change it. And found something else and had to do that and it fixed it. It's weird. I don't know the answer. It's not all the same. And I sometimes it makes me scratch my head. I can usually fix it, but sometimes I'm just like, well, that's fucking weird. So more times than not, I've seen it be the the spur gear being slightly off center though. So let's see. Used oil from a motorcycle, snowmobile, mountain bike stinks. So, being into Harleys, changing oil, which seems like you were doing all the goddamn time, not because it needed an oil change, but it was because you're having to fix something else and having to drain the primary or whatever it was. And it's just like the smell of that oil. I was just like, it's permanently ingrained. It's just always like, oh. The engine oil, not so bad. It's always like the gear oil, transmission, primary, whatever it is. Yeah. I think all of Matt's transmissions click profusely. Max just, Matt, it's fine. Gear oil is the worst. It is the worst. But old grease spoon, grease trap in the kitchen, absolutely. Or when I was in high school, we owned a car wash, a self-serve car wash. It had 2 bays inside and 1 outside bay. Outside bay for my small town was tractors and trucks and things like that typically, right? And the smell of the pit in the center being pumped has a special type of smell. That one's also real bad. You get down to the bottom. Burning gear oil is the worst. Okay, I could see that one. I haven't had that a lot, but I mean, I guess kind of like just burnt gear oil. Like had a rear third member. Speaking of, in a Ultra 4 truck we were working on replacing that. Right when it, can't remember, if it spun a bearing in it or whatever it was, but that thing was white hot, basically. Like, I don't know how it all didn't seize together as one, but getting that thing drained was, it's just like nasty. Yeah. I start working poo sewer. I can't say I've never blah. Yeah. But we're done. Okay. This for now, we're going to call complete until, I guess I could put 2 of the wheels back on. This is definitely one of my most favorite cars to drive in basically all of RC. But I think that I built the trail rig one and I like it a lot, but I will say that I think a mullet version of the trail rig one would be the best. So I think that is something that I will. Where's my other wheel nut? Didn't I run into it? Oh, it's in the wheel. Solid. Get a clear servo while you're getting the thirds. You know what? That's why I've got black third members, because it has a black servo and it's right next to the third member. So it seemed like the best option to have black third members to match the servo. See? Speaking of mullet, have you been watching CJRC? I need to catch up on the last day or so. But yes, I watch absolutely. I try and watch them always. And it's great content. I really, well, the Cleese channel is my favorite. I really like CJ's content just because it does get a lot more into the tech, the fab style, fab style and details of things. And I really appreciate that. I really like that. And so, can't remember, Rockabilly, same or shorter wheelbase than an optic? Shorter. The wheelbase on the Rockabilly is the same as a VRD. So it's like right at 12.5, 12.6 versus the considerably longer H10. Bad food is a special kind of makes me feel away. But yeah, sometimes they can get a little long-winded. But yeah, then I agree. Every once in a while, Danny will get a little bit into stuff. It's like maybe okay. Ty's carbon work from Reflary was sick. It absolutely was, and I do love some carbon work, and it was super cool to see how good at it Ty is. And so I appreciate that video a lot, and I like that they put that right at the beginning of it. So sick. I didn't get to finish the McFlurry testing video, though, because I fell asleep. So, besides Cleet and his people, what else do you watch on YouTube? So, let's see. My YouTube is, I don't even know that I want to show you. So, let's just, CJ's at the top, some comedians, Good Mythical Morning. I got a MKBHD video in the bottom corner there right now. Hoovie's Garage. What is that? Oh, yeah, Zhao Man, who's like a multilingual guy. I like his videos. Grip World, I don't actually know them, but it's just car stuff. Nordschleife. I watch a lot of watch stuff, like watch repair and like Rolex history and Rolex info. It's like the trends and styles. Oh, Frana Crane update. Yes. Curtis from Cutting Edge Engineering down in Australia and this Frana Crane project. This is part 34 of this project, and it is so awesome. I'm so excited to see that he has a new video up. I'm going to hit that to my play next in queue. Save to watch later since I don't have it up. How many train channels do you subscribe to? Comedian, bunch of police stuff like Midwest Safety. That's a really good one channel. So what is that thing on? Rolex Alternatives that collectors respect. Yeah, so there's some of my stuff. A little bit of, yeah. Ever watch the Y Files? I've seen some of his videos. I don't watch a lot of them. Just everyone. I've seen a couple here and there. Cutting Edge Engineering is the best channel. Such a great channel. I absolutely love that channel. He's another one that he can get a little long-winded at times as well. Not long-winded, but like they can show the process throughout. And sometimes it's like, okay, like, but I usually just watch it through. Can't forget about RCE. Who is RCE? Can you tell me who that is? Yeah. Like, YouTube Premium is the best. Called it. What'd you call? I'm going back up and finding out. Midwest safety. Yep. Flower arranging. Phoenix, here's the thing. They're like, you're slightly not 100% wrong, because like Nicole and I do watch some plant people, because Nicole is a huge fan of like of all kinds of plant stuff. Specifically, I do like the succulent plant videos, and part of my shelves in the back here will have a portion of that. So you're not, funny guy Phoenix is not fully wrong. Wait, please tell me you watch Project Mickey. I did a couple of times, but I didn't watch it all the way through. That was that the mini? I can't actually remember. I remember when it came up, and I watched some of it, but I didn't. Cutting Edge Engineering is a good one. Man is talented doing all the types. It's just wild to see the scale. It's like the exact opposite of anything I do. The scale of it is just freaking wild. I've been watching a lot of PBS. Antique Roadshow, because I'm here for it. I love me some Antique Roadshow. No King of RC. I'm subscribed to the King. I'm subscribed. Where was SBG? I probably already watched his last video, so it's not in there. I watch all of Matt's videos. Steve Wallace, Camping with Steve. Fantastic channel. I do like his stealth camping. I enjoy Not an Engineer. I don't know that one, but I do like the what's the one that I have on here? Useless. I don't remember. I watched a good amount of them, not all of them, but I watched quite a few. Doug DeMuro, Hoovie's Garage. I like both of those. YouTube is a lot of what I watch the most. Linus Tech Tips, I like him. Gamers Nexus, Police Pursuits. Jay's 2 Cents is on my subscription, but I don't really watch him much anymore. Landscapers who landscape for free can be addicting. SB Mowing, get out of here. I'm all here. I'm here for it. I'll watch somebody weed eat someone's yard so hard. I freaking love SB Mowing. Real Civil Engineer. I like his gaming content a lot as well. Let's see. Slow-mo guys. I got to meet one of the slow-mo guys a couple months ago. Let's see. Then let me see. Mighty Car Mods. I watched some of them. I watched West Desert Wheeler. Vice Grip. I watched some of Derek's stuff, but not a lot. It's one of those things, like a lot of the content that I like to watch is a lot of like the process that goes through and in depth and things like that. And like Derek is a lot of like the just get it done enough to get it to drive and get, and like that's not what I like. I want to see somebody spend way too much time designing, figure out, and like fabricating something that's so overly done and unnecessary. And that, you know, like CJ race cars showing the way that they fabricate a titanium firewall for the car. Like, and that's like the exact opposite of Derek. Jesus. Different show, Chris. Let's see. The Wi-Fi was really good. He's still here. That's a new intro music. I did know that. I did know that app. I don't know if I had it first or he had it first. I mean, I guarantee you, we both pay for the same service. And then in there's certainly Inheritance Machining. That guy's good. Another instance of like getting real into the in depth. The thing I like about inheritance machining, so he's a guy who does basically all manual machine work. But before he does a project, he hand drafts his plans, and it's artwork. Like I would love to own an actual print or an actual drawing of his, not a print. Like I would like an actual drawing, like because he's so talented at that. I'm a big fan of Titans of CNC. I'm not. It is entertaining in some of their stuff, but like as far as like the actual portrayal of like machining techniques and things you should do, not a great example. Like they're trying to show that like what you could push a tool through in a block of material, but like if anybody ran one of our machines like that, they'd get absolutely booted out a door. And like I'm glad that Doug drive. It was cool to see Doug DeMuro's GTD test drive. It was very cool. Do you like listen to the Unsubscribe podcast? I don't think I know which one that is. Or if I do, I've only seen clips of it through Unsubscribe podcast. Let me see. These it with so with Brandon Herrera, and I have only ever heard clips. I've never actually listened to one of their podcasts. I do watch Donut Operator. He's like I subscribed to his Patreon, stuff like that as well. I've always liked Donut Operator. Grind Hard Plumbing. I've watched some of their stuff, but just not a lot. Which I don't know why it feels like I should, but I don't for some reason. Is it Geoguessr time yet? You know what? It's damn near Geoguessr time. So Hemish Storm. Chris needs to upload more because I always like Chris's videos. Let's see. Johnny Q90. I'll watch some of his here and there. Morgan Clark, amazing fabricator, great videos. Full Custom Garage. I don't know that one. I have to look. Habitual Line Crosser. Is this a channel? Hydraulic Press channel. Fat Electrician. Is this a channel? Let's see. It's Brandon, Eli, Double Tap, and Fat Electrician. That's the name. Oh, okay. Huh. I didn't know that Donut was on that one. Dance Works. I've watched some of his. I like his builds. Some of these guys, it's weird. There's some people's content that I really enjoy through Instagram, and there's some people I actually like the long videos they produce. Kill Tony. I've been a Kill Tony fan for like 15 years. I don't watch every one like I used to. When I had like an office job that I just sat in an office, I'd never miss an episode. It'd come out on Tuesday and I'd listen to it right away. So, yeah. Let's see. Welcome to the Chris channel. So, yeah. Help me heal from the traumatic wreck. You sign into a different account, Chris. The boys of Unsub are the best. You know what? I've seen a lot of their clips through Instagram, and that's the only reason I know of them. But move some stuff around here. We'll play a little bit of geoguessing to run off the last of the last people who may be interested in this ridiculous show. So, but we did get something done tonight. which is great news. So I'm going to open Geoguessr. That's the line. You made her go handle that? Unreal. Unreal. I hope that she's just traumatized from having to come get you and tell you what happened. That you didn't actually make her go do any of that. Did you order an orange iPhone 17 Pro? You know what? I didn't, since I had to get a new phone like 6 days before they announced the 17 Pro. You're still going to be able to catch live, but still have to start from the beginning just to get done watching. Yep. You know what? That's totally reasonable. Her dog, her problem. That's the most me response ever. I'm like, your cats did that. You handle it. That's amazing. Did he tell you to get a shovel? You just open. You had the door open on the slider. Wash the deck off, please. Close the door. He did, yeah. Oh my God. Okay. We are going to hit share screen, Geoguessr, share, and then we will adjust this to give maximum viewing. So we're going to do United States only because that's the only place that I know how to do. We're going to do no move. Yeah, we're going to do no move just because that's just how fast things go faster then. So anyway, we're going to do play. If you would like to play this same map, you can use those sick internet. Let's hope that doesn't continue, but we're not gonna dwell on this for too long. We'll keep reading your guys' ridiculous comments though to keep this interesting. But we have alley access, carports. Not. I can almost read what's on that building back there, but can't quite. Did you know that palm trees aren't native to like the LA area? They actually brought them in for the Olympics in like the 40s. But yeah, otherwise they wouldn't have palm trees down there. They brought in thousands of them to class the place up during the Olympics. Look at that freaking bunny. Hey, speaking of Chris Kelly, there's a bunny. So we're definitely okay. We are. I'm thinking. It's got to be SoCal, right? We don't have bars on the windows, so I would say that we're on. Oh, look at that. Is that an Impala? Or is that a Caprice or an Impala? That's an Impala, isn't it? Damn. It's a really nice area. I'm thinking. Ooh, God. All I want though is a Capri. Capri. Ooh, dig it. I want that car bad. All right, we're gonna say I don't see any other Fiat 500. Oh my God! All right, it's definitely SoCal then. Nobody in Arizona would have a Fiat 500 because it can't keep up with the AC. Okay, we're not gonna look for any more context. We're going to say closer to the San Diego side. We're going to go closer to the, oh, it's actually still quite a ways from the foothills. We're going to say, I was dead smack in LA. Fullerton. Yeah, that's fine. We're not that far. 94 miles. That's fine. Ooh. Trash in bags on the curb. That's a different one. It doesn't say what police department that I can read. Dang it. Ooh, this is a tough one. Spindly trees. Bridge path. Man, the weird ass trash on a curb. Jeep. Is that a Liberty? This one's not giving me much, but just with tree density, types of trees. I'll go with Alpharetta. Oof! Knew it was east, but I didn't know it was that far east. We didn't do that one. New Jersey. You should see. Oh, obvious one. But can we guess what spot? Is that a what in the absolute? That's quite the S10. Okay, so this one's obvious, but I just don't. So uphill is to the northeast. So we're gonna guess we're on the southwest side, and we're gonna say it doesn't look. We need a more densely populated area. Let's say God, it does look Big Island, right? Yeah, I'm gonna say big. I'm gonna just guess that we're wow. Wow. That's a tiny one. Okay. 295 miles. I'll say fastback S10. No. Didn't it look short? It really did look short. Chopped off blazer. It could have been with how that roof was. Like it looked so weird. So weird. This one's that's a nice little ranch house. 71st Terrace, obviously. This looks South Dakota like, but I have nothing to back that up whatsoever. No, never mind. That doesn't look Dakota like at all. Horses, though. Dude, this could be anywhere. This could be absolutely. This could be Florida. This could be North. Like, what's the grass look like? Doesn't look very sawgrassy. Nothing on that sign worth seeing. God. Man, this kind of looks like northern Florida like to me. I'm probably so far off on this one. Hey, I was not that bad. 125 miles off. That's not that bad. That's pretty good. I'll take that one. I'll take that one all day. That's a pretty good guess. Okay, this one looks much fancier. Damn. Oof. Ooh, this is tough. Like this could be Hawaii still. Or just super fancy California. It looks like super fancy California. Like Laguna Hills, maybe? Like Bakersfield. This could be Bakersfield. Yeah, like La Jolla, Irvine, Santa Ana. Where's Laguna Hills? Lake Forest. We're gonna drop her in Laguna Hills. 4.7 miles. That's the one, folks. That was a good one. Look at that. I was effing close on that one. I'll take that one all day. I thought my Florida one was pretty good. That one. 4.7 miles. Closer than your own neighborhood. That is so correct. I was so far off on the one that was in my city. So close to where I used to live. Oh, was that it? That was it for that round. Yes. What's been your best? My best score right here, 23,919. Like you can see, like I had a good one at that point. Like this one, if I can get in between silver and gold, it's a decent round. Like if I'm really trying to set some sort of high, like you can really sit in there and like waste some serious time. You're not going to do it if you were sitting there and trying to Google things like that, you could do it. That was the one. Oh yeah. There's been some I'll be like, oh, I know exactly where that is. I know. What's been the closest you've hit? I've hit it within yards, like yards. Just because like there's some that I was like, oh, I know. I think I know. I had one that was in North Dakota like a few streams ago. That was such a good guess on my part. It was snowy and there was RVs out everywhere. I was like, this feels oil field like. So I was like, I feel like this is like North Dakota, and I got it so close. I was so impressed with myself. Bums, hit the like button. Yes, do what Phoenix says. Hit the like button. We've dropped 40% of our stream already. from my stupid map game that I like so much. Oh my God. Lots of brick. Houses close together. Makes you think northeast. Hit it twice. 3 times is fine. An odd number, preferably in general. I'm not a big fan of odd numbers, but for this instance, I would prefer it. Man, the Lumina minivan, that is a rough postal service vehicle. God damn. Van Buren. That's some northeast sounding shit for sure. 6th and Van Buren. This is like the northeast or St. Louis. I mean, you could just straight up look like if this is like you're trying to set a high score, you would Google 6th Street Northwest and Van Buren Northwest. Like that's what I would look up. I would even like put in, I would find a house number that I could find, 6600 on 6th Street, and like try and set things like that. But obviously that's not what we're trying to do. God. I just don't see anything that's giving me any more context. I don't see any rust though, do I? Green fire hydrants. Does have, these are called truncated dome, the shape with this. Detectable warning strips with truncated domes. New ADA compliant sidewalks. Interesting. Again, even the mail van, no rust. Makes me think a little bit further south than I was thinking initially. Like that truck would be falling the F apart in New York, right? So I don't want to go as high as New York. Let's go down into the Virginia, Richmond. Yeah, MX304. That must be a local joke. Let's go the Richmond area. It feels so north. Mechanicsville. More of a Mechanicsburg guy, but I believe that's Illinois. Not bad. 94 miles. I'll take it. It was Washington. Yeah. We were close. Close enough. Ooh. George's broiler farm? What the fuck is a broiler farm? Wearing high water pants? Interesting. That dude ain't seen one of these cars in a while. That is a very small person. Yikes. Again, this is one of those ones that can be anywhere. We are looking at brown dirt, no red dirt, so we're not too far north or south. Oklahoma deal on a street view camera. Chicken coops? Is that what a broiler farm is? Broiler chickens? Types of chickens, I think. Yeah. This feels like kind of, it's a little green, so it feels maybe not Oklahoma, maybe like Arkansas, a little east. It could be eastern Oklahoma, I guess. Let's go kind of in the midst. Oh, yes. I'll take that one as well. 48 miles. Yeah. It didn't feel Oklahoma. It felt Arkansas. I'm gonna narrow this down between Texas and Ohio. Oof. Okay. Okay. This is Hawaii, right? Or is this Florida? Florida's that was the other thought, right? Initially I thought this looked like a base, but I think it just could be straight up trailer park, right? 2004. That's like, goddamn. What was this taken on? Puerto Rico. Oh, I didn't even think of Puerto Rico as a thing. It doesn't look like northern Florida. It looks like central Florida. I guess like north central. Gainesville, maybe. Let's try Gainesville. Let's go on the south side because that skating rink said something south. Kirkwood. 32 miles. That'll work. That'll do. Oh, nasty. Nobody calls it that. It's Ocala. It was Ocala. Hey, oh, you said it right there. Ocala. How'd you guys both know it was Ocala? It's phone number? You guys knew the phone number, didn't you? This feels Georgia, right? That feels hella Georgia. Savannah-ish. It's not very drapey. You know, like what they have like more like the willow look almost. But that is all we got. We got no vehicles. But this, like, look at that drive. Like pulling up, like, tell me that doesn't look Savannah-like. Tower Drive. Louisiana. Oh, God, it could be Louisiana. Louisiana seems even more mossy. But H-Town? You think this looks like Texas? Does Texas have trees like this? I'm going Savannah. It's a risk because it's on the coast. Oh, that's fucking San Antonio? You're kidding me. No. I had no idea that Texas looked like that. Houston does. Holy shit. I had no idea. Wow. I knew the trees didn't have the willow enough look. God damn it. It ruins my whole round. I was having a decent round until that. Should have listened to the chat. Kirkland. Oh, this is Costco, North Carolina. Like, what is that? Is that an old Saab? What is that car? I can't tell. Colorado. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you got steep sloped roofs. Yeah, definitely at the elevation. Welcome, Kirkland. We love you. Steep roof peaks. Well, Bellingham, Washington. I could see that. This could definitely feel Washington-like, especially with shittier cars like that. Could be an old Saab 99. A Saab 90. I don't know if we had those in the States. Did we have Saab 99s? Pacific Northwest. That feels more Pacific Northwest for the hills than more than it feels Colorado. I mean, look at these. Like, doesn't this look like a neighborhood that they were gonna build and then we're just like, nah, fuck it. like, they're just like, we quit. Like this place is not well. Oh, I was clicking on the live stream window, not the. I'm saying Pacific Northwest. I mean, it's Bellingham. That's way up there. That's right on that. Let's hedge our bet and go Everett. It was further south. That's, yeah. I'm glad I went a little south. 128 miles. That's good enough. That was a bad round. We still made it between the silver gold, so that's okay. Snohomish. Yes, you had the Saab 99 in the US. Wow, I did not know that. I had not heard of a Saab 99. Let's see. Or a 900? 90, 900, and 9,000 we had here. Interesting. Not Everett. I lived there. All right, we're going to do one more. Speed round, though, because it's 8:57. So we're going to, oh, God damn it. And of course, we can't. Oh, what is that flag? Can't tell. Founders Hall. Are we in a university? Spartans? I mean, that's a Spartan helmet, right? And it's university drive. We are on it. We are. Who's the Spartans? Football people. Who is that? They're Trojans? Tennessee? Texas? What the shit is even that? Minot, Michigan? That's not Michigan, is it? Michigan State Spartans, and they're green and white. Okay, that's not it. Okay. Well, then you're not helping me. Texas A&M. Where the fuck is Texas A&M from? Where's Texas A&M from? I know it's not. It's Texas A&M. I'm pretty sure. But Texas A&M's orange, aren't they? Skibbity, Ohio. Near Galveston? They have several campuses. Shit. Well, in Texas, you son of a. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Let's look at your profile. I'll be nicer. Your photo. That was very rude of me. We don't have many women who visit us in here. I appreciate your presence. Damn it. This means I'm going to say that says shit. Okay. Central. So to me, that means temple. because that's between some shit. "21 miles. Yes. That's a start. Again, a goddamn Anywhere USA. Yeah, look for a clue of some sort. US flag. Just looking at the leaves. Super normal. License plates don't stand out. Well, this isn't very speed roundish. Road ends versus dead ends. No sports flags out. Can't read the paper thing. God. Seriously, how is there not a single sports team flag? Road. That's an interesting pavement grade. That makes me feel further east. No rust. That's not an older car though. F-150s. There, nothing special for vehicles. Oof. This is not easy. Oh, I hate this. This one is. I'm gonna say Indy. Detroit. Okay. Yeah, it was east. I would have thought there would have been more rust on shit still in Detroit. That's okay. Where's oh, fucking kidding me? Far. That thing dubbing under there? I think that's built out of pallets. I said Rochester. When in doubt, Atlanta. I know what you mean. Mojave, New Mexico. It definitely feels like. I mean, what? It doesn't feel SoCal. Nothing. Just dirt ass roads. A lot of horse or cattle traffic. Let's go New Mexico, Arizona. Let's see. Could it be? Oh, God, this seems more red dirt once you get in the air. Is New could be a south side. I think it's more red when you get out this way, but yeah, let's just go out in the middle of goddamn nowhere here in Tucson area. Ugh, it was New Mexico. Damn it. I was not close at all. I thought, God, I had thought about Albuquerque. Oof. We got an airport here? Oh, just like that's an airport. You can tell by the planes. But that helps us very little. Restricted area. Nothing on that sign that gives me. Damn it. Why the last one have to be so hard? Or second to last. Wilson, make your sign clearer so I can read it. I got no markings on a goddamn thing here. This is a shot in the dark. That sign is mounted way too low to be legitimate. And also it's not facing, or if it's that far out of the sight line, it needs to be a much larger size and mounted at like 6 or 8 feet to the bottom of the sign minimum. This is improper. I can't even take it seriously. What is this stop bar way over here? There's not even a stop. Where's there a stop sign for this? You can't just put a stop bar for no reason. Oh my God. Okay, where makes stupid decisions? That's where this is. Ahead with the arrow. Fluorescent yellow, green. Yeah. Jesus, just. I wish that I had no front plates on any of these. That's interesting. Let's go down by McConnell. What was that little emoji for? That was Florida? Are you kidding me? That was garbage. That eliminates. That was, I think, stupid Iowa. That looked 0% like Florida to me. This looks much more like Florida. But this is SoCal, isn't it? Probably. I bet this right here would have been super helpful. This is going to be my worst round of the night. We're going to just go. $26 miles. Okay, I'll take that one. That was garbage. Carlsbad. Oh, I don't even think I quite. Oh, I did. I think I did just barely get into the silver. Oh, okay. That is going to do it, I think, for this. That was a rough last round. That was real rough. But we did barely eke out that win over Matt's moment A350. I had 15,963. He had 15,804. Good job, Matt. Good game. Well played. Holy place. The 26 miles takes 4 hours to drive. All right, everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thanks for hanging out tonight. We got some work done, had some fun, and that's going to end it up. So thank you all, and we'll see. Members, I'll see you this weekend with some stuff. I hope. Plan on it. So anyway, thank you much. We'll see you soon. Bye.